Hey YouTube, it's Van the Car Man here, and in today's video we're taking a look at probably one of the most reputable and reliable American luxury brands, and that is Buick. Now in my last video we took a look at the Buick Encore, which is their third row SUV. Now in today's video we're going to be taking a look at something a little bit closer to the entry level for Buick, and today that is going to be the Buick Encore GX. Now the 2024 Buick Encore GX has been completely redesigned from previous years, and in my personal opinion, the one from a few years ago was probably one of the ugliest SUVs ever made in the 21st century, at least in my personal opinion. I'll put a picture right here on the screen. It did not look good at all. Now this completely redesigned one is absolutely beautiful, and in today's video we're going to be going over the performance of the vehicle, exterior, interior, and some safety features, and a whole lot more. Without further ado, let's get into this Buick Encore review. All right, so as far as under the hood on the all-new 2024 Buick Encore, we have a 1.2 liter three-cylinder, that's right, you heard me, not a four, a three-cylinder engine producing about 137 horsepower, which is not too shabby. Now you get some great fuel economy on this thing as well. So the trim that I've picked out for this specific video is their Sport Touring, which is pretty close to their top trim. And as you can see, this front fascia has been completely redesigned from past years. We have very slim LED headlights. They look very nice, very sexy, very beautiful grille. As far as the wheel size on this vehicle, we do have 18-inch wheels. Very nice. This one has the blacked out wheels on it. Now as far as how tall this vehicle is, I myself am about 5'10", and it comes up right about to my nose. So I'm thinking this thing probably sits around 5.5 feet tall at its tallest point. Now as far as some of the exterior features, we do have a keyless entry on this trim, so you press the button as long as the key is within reach and the doors will open up for you. That's on all four of these doors. And for the liftgate on the Sport Touring trim, we do have automatic liftgate. Just reach your hand all the way to the bottom, that's your handle, and it'll come up all the way for you. Now let's check out some of the interior features on the 2024 Buick Encore. So on the Sport Touring trim, you're gonna have leather all the way around here. And these leather seats are very comfortable, very smooth. You have heated seats on both sides. And as far as your power seats, you do have a power seat on the driver's side, and this can go forward, backwards, up and down, and then the backrest can recline forward and back, of course, and then you also have lumbar support for long trips. Very good feature to have. Let's start on the left side over here. So as you can see, this vehicle does not have any memory seats, unfortunately, even though it is a Sport Touring model. You think it would at least have some memory seats, but unfortunately it does not. All you really have is your buttons for the window, automatic side mirrors, and a lock and unlock button. And left of the steering wheel, you will find this knob, which will control your lights. Of course, we have automatic headlights, automatic LED headlights. So during the nighttime, they will come on, and then during the day, you will have your daytime running lights. And to turn that feature off, all you got to do is pull it to the left and let go, and it'll turn off those automatic lights for you. Now onto the steering wheel. So this does have a telescoping steering wheel. All you have to do is pull this little lever down to the left, pull it down, and that can go up, down, in, and out. On the left side of the steering wheel, you see that on the Sport Touring trim, you will have a heated steering wheel. I guess that's a nice feature to have in the winter time. And of course, the rest of this is mostly just for your cruise control. You can set it by pressing this and then flicking down, and then of course going up to increase your speed and down to decrease your speed. And this feature is Super Cruise. So essentially what that is your gap adjust. So this will essentially keep you intact with the car in front of you between 100, 200, and 300 feet. So if the car in front of you starts to slow down, this vehicle will slow down automatically. Good safety feature to have. And these buttons on the right over here, these will essentially just go through your digital dash faces up here. And of course you have your push to talk button and your mute button and your pick up your phone button on the right here. Onto your touchscreen in the middle here, so you're gonna see that you have wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, a Wi-Fi hotspot, you have Bluetooth, and of course your regular FM and AM radio. And sometimes your dealer will also include a free trial of Sirius XM. And now let's try out that backup camera. So to engage the backup camera, all you gotta do is put your car in reverse, and there you go. You see on the Buick Encore, there's only one mode here, and that is just standard backup camera. There's no bird's eye view or anything like that. And when you turn your wheel, it's going to give you that directed path. Very nice feature to have. And we can also click that button down there to turn off the directed path if you're not a fan of that. And down here is our climate control, so there's really no temperature gauge that it'll show you, but you just kind of have your hot mode and your cold mode down here. It turns very nicely, has a nice feel to it, and of course your fan speed. And then as far as your heated seats, you have a high, medium, and low on both sides. That's medium, that's low, and that's off. You have that for both of your front seats. We have a couple of USB charging ports here. We have a regular USB and a USB Type-C for quick charging, and of course your regular cigarette lighter AC port down here. And then you have a few of your safety features over here. So this is going to be your lane departure warning, and this is going to be your auto off and on start button. As far as your gear shifter, you have a pretty classic gear shifter. All you do is really hold the button on the back, go all the way down for drive, neutral, reverse, and park. And onto the center console here. So you have a very nice leather center console here. All you gotta do is press the button underneath and lift up. And you notice you don't really have that much space. This is more of a shelf. You can take this out and you have a lot more center console space underneath. Now, taking a look at the back seat here, there's not a whole lot of room that you have. It is, of course, an entry-level SUV, so you're not gonna have that much space in the back. It's enough to maybe go on a road trip for a couple hours, maybe not driving all the way to New York from Florida or anything like that. Now down here we do have a couple USB charging ports for some people in the back. You got a USB and a USB Type-C, and this middle seat will fold down, give you a couple cup holders. And onto your trunk. So like I said earlier, you do have an automatic liftgate on the Sport Touring trim. Now this is just going to be a little hideaway, so if you want to hide your groceries or belongings in the back, you can do so with this, and to take it off, all you really got to do is unhook this little string up here and then pop it out from its pins on both sides. Very easy to use. And as far as your trunk space, nothing too fancy here. I mean, you have a decent amount of trunk space, something that a hatchback would have. Kind of small for an SUV in my opinion. And of course, you're going to have your spare tire underneath with all your tools. Now on to all of the safety features. There's quite a few, so we're just going to read them off here. You have IntelliBeam Auto High Beam. That's your automatic headlights essentially. Following distance indicator, a forward collision alert, lane keep assist with lane departure warning, automatic emergency braking, front pedestrian braking. You have lane change alert with side blind zone alert, rear cross traffic alert, HD rear vision camera, teen driver, tire pressure monitor system, and tire fill alert. All right, so when you're driving this thing, of course, we have 137 horsepower. Now, it's a small SUV, so there's gonna be a little bit of road noise. There's a little bit of engine noise. It's not gonna be the most quiet ride ever. It's a very comfortable ride. The suspension feels very nice when you're going over rough roads or bumps, but as far as that road noise and that engine noise that you hear, it's a little loud, it's a little uncomfortable. Now, the torque that you feel in this vehicle is it's pretty good. It's got some pretty good torque on it. Because it's a small vehicle, it doesn't really weigh that much, so you have some very nice torque. Now, as far as the gas mileage on this thing, you're going to get 29 in the city, 31 on the highway. You're going to average out right about 30 miles per gallon. It just takes regular gasoline. You don't need premium, you don't need plus, you just need regular unleaded fuel. All right, YouTube, so that is going to be it for my overview and review of the 2024 Buick Encore. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something today. If you guys have any questions for me, or if I missed something that you guys would like to hear, please leave it in the comments below. I respond to all of my comments. And if you enjoyed, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. According to my YouTube statistics, only 0.5% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So please subscribe to this small growing channel. Until next time, YouTube, goodbye.